Do you need some help getting ready for the FTCE? This video is for the reading subtest of the FTCE General Knowledge test, and the subtest code is 827. My name is Dani. I'm a certified K-8 teacher currently teaching 5th grade ELA. I'm also a test prep expert for Study.com. In this video, we'll go over testing strategies for 3 sample questions from this exam to help get you feeling ready and confident for test day. Let's go! Which of the following are types of third-person point of view? Choose all that apply. We have omniscient, objective, narrative, and limited. Let's go back to the question and pull out the key words. It's asking us, out of these, which are types of third-person point of view? And it says to choose all that apply. That means that there's probably more than one. The first option is omniscient. That is a type of point of view in which the story is told from someone outside of the story, and they know all of the characters' thoughts and feelings. So that is a third-person point of view. The next option is objective. It's also told from a person outside of the story, but they don't know all of the characters' thoughts and feelings. It's more like a movie where we watch the dialogue and the actions. It is still a third-person point of view. Our next option is narrative. That's not actually a point of view. That's a genre. So that is not a type of third-person point of view. And the last one is limited. That is a type of point of view that is told from a person outside of the story, but it's limited to just knowing the main character's thoughts and feelings. It is still a third-person point of view. So the 3 types of third-person point of view are objective, limited, and omniscient. All of these view the story from a distance. Narrative, again, is a genre, not a point of view. Students are evaluating the effectiveness of a persuasive essay they are reading. They identify the claim that recycling should be a community service funded by tax dollars. The author then makes the following statement: citizens and communities around the world have embraced having to pay taxes for recycling programs. The author then moves on to the next point, that recycling is good for the environment. The students reading the essay should recognize that the author, they are evaluating the effectiveness of a persuasive essay. In this persuasive essay, the claim is that recycling should be a community service funded by tax dollars, and this is the statement that they use to back up their claim, that citizens and communities around the world have embraced having to pay taxes for recycling programs. Here are our options for what the students should recognize. The author should back up the statement about many people embracing the idea of increased taxes to fund recycling programs with a fact or evidence to prove this. When we look at that statement, it isn't providing a lot of facts or evidence. It doesn't say what citizens or what communities around the world have actually embraced that idea. So I would say we need more facts or evidence to prove that. The second option is that they should recognize the author is writing from personal experience and should add in some more personal examples throughout. In a persuasive essay, personal experience and personal examples are not the strongest ways to persuade someone to agree with your claim. So they don't need more of that. The next option says that the author should refine the claim so that it is a more clearly debatable point. Well, the claim that recycling should be a community service funded by tax dollars is a pretty clearly refined claim. So they don't need to refine it anymore. The last option is that they should recognize the author has appropriately developed several points to justify the claim that communities should adopt recycling programs with tax dollars. Well, we already identified that more facts or evidence were needed to prove that first claim. Evidence should be used to validate and justify the points being made in an essay. Thus, if an author is writing a persuasive essay and has a clear claim, the points being made should be supported with validation, often in the form of facts from research. So the author does need to back up that statement more with facts or evidence to prove it. The following question is based on this excerpt from The Natural Food of Man by Hereward Carrington. The usual position with regard to food and its functions in the body is this. Food has 3 functions. 1. The replacement of tissues which have been broken down as a result of the day's work. 2. The maintenance of the bodily energy. And 3. The maintenance of the bodily heat. Now, in my former book, I advanced a number of facts tending to show that food has but one function, replacing broken down tissue. It supplies no heat and no energy whatever to the body, at any time or under any circumstances. Both the heat and the energy are due to another source altogether, and not to the food ingested. I cannot enumerate the arguments in support of this position here. They will be found in full in the work referred to. But I would point out that if this theory were true, it would cause us to modify very largely the views entertained as to the necessary amount of food required by the body. Now, a large percentage of the food eaten is supposed to create heat and energy, or at least liberate it, and is eaten for that express purpose. Here's our question. Which of the following pieces of evidence would best support the author's argument that food does not supply heat or energy to the body? Let's break down some of the paragraph above. So the author's claim is that food has but one function, replacing broken down tissue. It does not supply heat nor energy. So what evidence would best support that argument? Our first option is scientific studies showing a direct correlation between food intake and energy levels. That evidence would not address the argument that food does not supply heat. It only talks about the energy levels, so that would not best support the argument. Next, research demonstrating that different types of food contribute to varying energy and heat levels. Well, the author's argument isn't about different types of food and their contributions to heat and energy levels. So again, that evidence would not best support the author's argument. Our next option is historical data indicating changes in dietary habits affecting energy and heat production. Well, it's not about the dietary habits' effect on energy and heat production, and historical data isn't going to best support the author's argument. We can eliminate that one. Our last option is evidence that the body can maintain heat and energy levels even in the absence of food. Well, to support the author's argument that food does not supply heat or energy, evidence would need to show that the body can maintain its heat and energy levels even without food. This would suggest that another source is responsible for these functions, thereby challenging the traditional belief that food directly provides heat and energy. This is the evidence that would best support the author's argument that food does not supply heat or energy to the body. I hope this video was helpful for you and that you're feeling more comfortable with how to approach the test. Check out more videos in this channel to get additional help, and like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our new videos. You can also get lots of help preparing for this and many other exams on the study.com website. As a member, you can access short, targeted video lessons, extra study materials, personalized study plans, and hundreds of practice questions like the ones we just went over. We'd love to hear about your experience and what else we can do to help you get ready for your test. So leave a comment below with your suggestions, questions, and even come back and share with us how you did. Study strong and all the best on your test.